If there is one genre of music that has produced legends, it's rap. But with every great artist comes a fantastic team of people, and often a supportive spouse. From Jay-Z and Beyoncé to Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, these are the most famous rap couples of 2021. If there's one couple that dominates rap, it's Cardi B and Offset. The pair have had a rather complicated relationship, which dates back to 2016 when they met at a music industry event. Cardi revealed at the time that Offset made it clear that he wanted to get to know her. Once they released their song Lick together in 2017, it was clear that the two were connected. They would go on to get married in September of that same year. But 2018 was a difficult year for the two. After allegations of cheating on Offset's part, Cardi called it quits, but cut to the same year, and the estranged pair were back together. Cardi told Cosmopolitan that a lot of people judged her for giving Offset a second chance, but said, "I want to work out my shit with my man, and I don't got to explain why." The couple went on to welcome their first child that year, split up again in 2020, and reconciled yet again shortly thereafter. In September 2021, their second child was born.
I love how he treats me.
We all know a DJ Khaled song when we hear one. What's more is that Khaled's personal life seems fairly stable, as the husband and father of two has made it clear that his wife Nicole and his kids are his priority. Khaled hit the headlines in 2021 when Us Weekly asked him if he and Tuck would ever consider having a third child. He responded, "Whatever God gives us, I'm ready. Me and my queen, we talk about it once in a while. She just had two boys, or two beautiful boys, and I want to make sure that she's right." Khaled went on to share that every time he looks at Tuck, he falls in love all over again, saying, "The exciting thing about our relationship is that it's never a dull moment. She keeps me grounded too, and when we're on the same wavelength, it's fireworks." It's always a huge accomplishment when a famed rapper like Big Sean gets nominated for a Grammy Award, but it's even more impressive when two people in love get the well-deserved attention for their work. Sean has been in a relationship with musician and singer Jhené Aiko since 2016. The two took a short break in 2019 but have been steady ever since. And yes, both of them made the news in 2021 when they were nominated for individual Grammy Awards. The secret of their happiness together, according to Aiko, is their strong foundation and friendship. In an interview with DJ Khaled on 106.3 The Groove, Aiko shared, "Our friendship is really strong, so that has made our relationship what it is, just that foundation of real friends who really know each other on that level." She shared that when she first met Sean, she felt as though she had known him for such a long time already, saying, "I was comfortable with him immediately. I had never felt that feeling of like, I've met you before." Navigating a relationship can be difficult, let alone one that's in the headlines. As such, the marriage of famed rapper Waka Flocka Flame and his wife Tammy Rivera hasn't always been easy. Yes, they are one of the most storied and popular couples within the rap industry today, but their marriage has had its ups and downs. The pair met in 2011. Rivera is successful in her own right as a musician and reality television fixture, and the two working professionals seemed to gel almost instantly. Given that Waka Flocka Flame had just released his debut album in 2010, it's safe to say that both his professional and personal life were on fire at the time. The two eventually married in 2014, but allegations of cheating rocked their foundation.
My marriage is dysfunctional.
While they stayed together, Rivera shared with Essence what it was like to try to repair her marriage, saying, "Being able to trust them because once you've faced infidelity, it's hard. Having a positive mindset really helped me because if you think nothing but positive thoughts, then that's what's going to happen."
I just love you.
Some of the most famous rap couples aren't just known for the music or their status within the industry, they're also on the public's radar, thanks to crazy unforeseen incidents. That's certainly the case for Lil Durk and Royale, a successful rapper and influencer respectively. Durk started dating Royale in 2017 and popped the question in 2018. She had a daughter already from a previous relationship, and the engaged pair welcomed their own child soon thereafter. While Durk is known for his hit songs, including Laugh Now, Cry Later and Hats Off, Royale is known to her 3 million-plus followers on Instagram for her beauty looks and business, Royale Beauty. Not only is the pair famous within their own right, but they also made the news in 2021 when their Atlanta home was burglarized. TMZ reported at the time that the couple endured both a home invasion and an assault after several people broke into their home. Additionally, there were reports of gunfire as a result of the intrusion. You can't talk about famous rap couples and not include Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The duo have been captivating audiences for years now, but we certainly have more to witness from the iconic couple. The Carters met when the Crazy in Love hitmaker was just 18 years old. After getting married in 2008, the duo has continued to take the hip-hop and R&B world by storm, and it doesn't seem like anything will slow them down. In 2021 specifically, the pair made headlines when they posed for a campaign with Tiffany & Co. as Beyoncé donned the iconic 128.54-carat yellow Tiffany diamond. The diamond was originally cast in the hearts and minds of Hollywood lovers thanks to Breakfast at Tiffany's and was seen on Lady Gaga at the 2019 Academy Awards. Seeing such a diamond dazzle the likes of Beyoncé was just one way the iconic rap couple made headlines this year. As for working with his wife, Jay-Z told Entertainment Tonight Canada, she's super detail-oriented, obviously, as you can see from her work.
She's an incredibly hard worker, super talented, very inspiring.
It's safe to say that all of us have wanted to see superstar singer and business mogul Rihanna in a happy and healthy relationship, and she seems to have found that with rapper A$AP Rocky. In a surprising 2021 twist, the relationship between the rapper and Rihanna evolved from that of being friends to much more, and a source told People in August 2021 that Rocky and Rihanna were romantically involved. The source explained, "They already knew and respected each other, and it has just grown from there. They loved to laugh and have a blast together before they even dated. All of that makes for a solid romance now." Of course, Rihanna's love life was often unfairly clouded by her relationship with Chris Brown, who was convicted of assaulting her. Given that so many of her fans have simply wanted to see Rihanna happy, her relationship with Rocky has been one of 2021's greatest twists. Gucci Mane and Keyshia Ka'oir are goals. Gucci Mane met the successful businesswoman in 2010 when he was fresh out of prison, and the couple have been taking names ever since. After appearing in one of Mane's music videos, Ka'oir and the rapper were set for life. The Cut reported that Mane was smitten with Ka'oir, and after finishing a 3-year prison sentence for firearm possession, the two married.
And in my heart, I couldn't walk away from him. I knew he needed me not only to just support him, but he needed guidance.
Ka'oir is the CEO of 3 different companies, including Ka'oir Cosmetics. While her husband is off working in the music industry, Ka'oir is balancing her work amid the pressures of being in the public eye. She told The Cut that her husband has been supportive, saying, "It gets overwhelming when you're running so many successful businesses and you have a successful husband. A lot of men are intimidated by successful women. Not him, though. He wants me to shine. He wants me to be successful." All of our heads turned when Alicia Keys announced that she'd be going makeup-free for the foreseeable future. It was the latest evolution of her career at the time, but Keys has always seemed to be her authentic self. That may be why her marriage to producer and rapper Swizz Beatz has been so successful. Keys and Beatz celebrated their 11-year wedding anniversary in July 2021, and for anyone familiar with music industry or Hollywood relationships, 11 years of marriage may as well be 50. To mark the special occasion this year, Keys and Beatz traveled to Corsica, the location where they originally got married, and went to the exact spot where they tied the knot. They both took to social media to celebrate their big milestone, and Beatz even wrote that they'd been celebrating their anniversary all month. Judging from Beatz's social media activity, he might be the rapper of the couple, but he is also clearly his wife's biggest fan. Calling Keys, quote, her own boss in one post, it's fair to say that these two are in it for the long haul. Legendary rapper Kendrick Lamar's fiancée, Whitney Alford, has been with him since the very beginning. Of course, Lamar doesn't really need any introduction, but when he was evolving as a young artist, he told the New York Times that the most influential person in his life was Alford. When asked who had the most say in his life, he said, "One particular young lady, she's been here since day one." The duo became parents in 2019, welcoming a daughter into the world. And while Lamar has been notoriously private when it comes to his personal life, he did share with Billboard that his relationship with Alford runs deep, saying, "I wouldn't even call her my girl. That's my best friend. I don't even like the term that society has put in the world as far as being a companion. She's somebody I can tell my fears to." If there's a couple that knows how to break records, it's Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner. Scott famously kicked Drake off of the Billboard charts in 2018 with Astroworld, and his impressive album went on to be streamed more than 349 million times. As for Jenner, she hardly needs an introduction, but as the youngest of the Kardashian-Jenner clan and the billionaire mogul behind Kylie Cosmetics, she has dominated the headlines since she was a preteen. The couple have been a bit on again, off again over the years, but 2021 has marked an exciting time time for them. The couple confirmed they're welcoming another baby into the world. Jenner kept her first pregnancy with Scott very private, but the second time around, the couple has shared some updates. An inside source told People. She is beyond excited. She never planned to keep her pregnancy secret like she did with Stormi. She just wanted to wait until it felt right. As for Scott, the source said that the rapper is also excited for their new bundle of joy. When rapper Logic entered the music industry, it certainly seemed as though he'd conquer it for decades to come. His impactful song 1-800-273-8255 became an instant hit, and he scored 2 Grammy nominations as a result. But he and his wife, Brittney Noell, have been in the news as of late because Logic announced that he would be leaving the music industry to focus on his family. Logic is just 31 years old, so the announcement did come as a huge shock to some of his fans. The rapper took to Instagram to make the announcement and included pictures of Noell and their child, little Bobby. He wrote, "My fans have been my family since this all started, so I wanted to share with you a glimpse into the life I am now diving into head first." After introducing his wife and child to the world, Logic revealed that the two souls made him, quote, "the happiest man in the world," and as such, he'd be retiring from music. He said, "Without the stress of this industry, we can communicate more, interact more, and I'm so excited for that." Snoop. Just the one word alone is indicative of the rap king who's made a name for himself as not only a talented rapper and musician, but also as a media personality with the charisma to captivate just about everyone.
It's hot here, baby!
Snoop Dogg is one of the greats, there's no denying it, but we can say with absolute certainty that 2021 wouldn't have been so noteworthy for the talented rapper if not for his wife, Shante Broadus. Snoop and Broadus have been married since 1997, and though she has always been in his corner, it was announced in June 2021 that Broadus would become Snoop's official manager.
Today I'm gonna have to say that she's always right.
Not only does Broadus already run Boss Lady Entertainment, but she'd be adding her very high-profile husband to her management roster. Snoop said in a statement, "Shante has been guiding my career behind the scenes from day one. She has always been my final gut check with all my decisions, and I wouldn't be where I am today without her. I'm grateful to have her as my official manager, helping to build the Snoop Dogg empire together." Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty have been getting a lot of attention lately. The two have been married since 2019, but it's been within the last year that their names have been associated with negativity. As The Hollywood Reporter noted, Jennifer Hough accused Petty of sexual assault back in 1994, and she put the couple on blast in September 2021, accusing them of abusive behavior. In an official lawsuit, Hough claimed that Petty had both allegedly intimidated and harassed her, and that Minaj had reportedly threatened Hough herself so she would recant her claims against Petty. In fact, Hough recounted on Instagram that when Minaj and Petty got married, she was terrified of, quote, being found out. She wrote, "I was so afraid of being known as the person he violated. You know, it's Nicki Minaj. I didn't want that to reflect on my children."
It was wrong, and I don't want to be afraid anymore.
If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, help is available. Visit the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network website or contact RAIN's national helpline at 1-800-656-HOPE 4673.